Hi everyone, I'm Chef Mark Webster and I've had the opportunity to work around the world. But for the last 8 years, I've worked at the Lee Summit West Hy-Vee in Lee Summit, Missouri, and I have a ball going into work. I enjoy talking to our customers, whether it be about a recipe, a menu, how to pair an item with the wine or whatever. It's always fun to get to know you and get to help you so you can prepare a great meal. Now today what I'd like to do, I'd like to talk about our Hy-Vee beef program that we have. You may be aware or you may not be aware, but we're going to talk about it today. I'm going to talk a little bit about marbling and we're going to talk about our program. Now we all know that the top 2 steaks in grading are prime and choice. But at Hy-Vee what we've done, we've actually upped our game when it comes to grading. We take the top 6% of the prime steaks, the top 6% of the choice, and we also have another one called Angus Reserve. So we have Prime Reserve, Choice Reserve, and Angus Reserve. Again, the top 6%. So if you take 100 steaks out of our prime category, only 6 can be graded high enough to be Prime Reserve. So what we did, we talk about marbling. Marbling is all based on the age of the beef, and it's also based on the fat content that run through it. Not the fat that runs around the steak, but the fat that runs through the steak. The part that gives it a lot of the flavor. I have a beautiful ribeye steak right here. We have fat that runs through it. We also have about 1/4 of an inch of fat that runs on the outside of this steak. Now that fat is very important. So when you talk to your Hy-Vee butchers, make sure that they just leave that 1/4 inch of fat around it. What it does is protect the meat. It also gives the meat a great flavor. And a lot of that fat, by the way, will actually burn off. Whether you're using a stovetop and you're cooking in a skillet or a cast iron skillet or doing it on the grill, it'll actually burn off. So that's a great idea when it comes to this steak. Make sure you keep the fat on there. Know about marbling. And marbling can be caused by many things, but what we do with Hy-Vee, we feed all our cattle is fed corn. It really ups the marbling system on the cow, on the beef, and it gives you that great flavor. And what we'd like to also talk about is how to cook a steak. You want to make sure you have your pan nice and hot. Always start nice and hot. If you have a beautiful grill outside, make sure your grill is actually heated up for probably 15 to 20 minutes before you try to add anything to it. Many times what I get customers who will say it's sticking to a new grill or it's sticking to a pan. I have a hot pan right now. This is a nice grill pan that I have. It's got the little lines. Now we're doing this inside the house, so you have to be careful, no open flame. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put a little bit of oil on my steak, just a little bit of oil. If you do this outside on your grill, you don't wanna soak it too heavy because what'll happen, you'll have flare-ups. It'll taste more like soot than it will a beautiful steak. I'm going to add just a little bit of seasoning on this. I like a little onion powder, I like a little kosher salt, and I have fresh cracked black pepper. And this is the sound that you want to hear when you throw this on the grill. Oh, you know what that sounds like to me? That sounds like dinner. And that's what you want to do. Another trick when you're doing a grilled item like a grilled steak, you want to make sure you're not just turning it over and over and over and back again. It should only be turned maybe twice on one side, flip it over, and twice on the second side. What that will do, that will create grill marks, and we all love a good grill mark. So talking about our beef again, remember, our butchers will leave a 1/4 inch of fat around the outside, protects the meat, gives it flavor. The marbling on the inside, that's what gives the rest of the steak flavor. Now I'm going to just slightly turn it to get that grill mark on there. Oh, I know you can hear the sound, but if you could smell it, you'd be ready for dinner as well. It's beautiful. I would like to say too, when this comes off the grill, whether it's in your skillet or off your grill at home, make sure you allow it to rest. So all those juices, all the juices when it's cooking, they'll be forced together in the center. You let it rest when it comes off the grill, and they actually even themselves out, and they go throughout the steak. So what's for dinner? Beef, that's what's for dinner. Thank you very much, and I would like to thank all of our farmers, all of our ranchers out there for providing us with such great products. Thank you very much.